Cool, let's head down here, I guess. We've got Will's thing up here, but I'm not particularly worried about it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm more interested in going to find Halcyon and or Priestess Gut. See whether we can heal ourselves.
Goblins ahead.
Look it, Claw. Sapper's here. Unless you got another reason to be here. Feck shite.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you.
Authority. Sure, let's read the goblet's mind. I should be able to get that relatively easily. Indeed.
This better not be Minthara's messenger. If the boss finds out I gave him a hard time, that's me done.
I'm a messenger here to see Minthara.
Oh, right. Beg pardon. Gotta give all the visitors the old squinty eye, you know. Go on in and have a drink for me, eh?
Have you seen a druid named Halcyon?
Who? If he ain't one of us, and if he's here, he's down in the pits.
Save the druid if you must. If we spill goblin blood on the way, all the better.
Is that noise coming from behind you, good or bad?
Depends who you are. We're celebrating a raid. No better time in camp than this. Get yourself a bit of fun before it dries up.
Raid on what?
Rip the guts out of Joaquin's rest, we did. Inns are good for gutting.
True.
Lads even captured some Duke. Worth celebrating, that is.
Sure. Hey, Claw.
Rip you for your giblets. Got thick giblets. What on?
From his fingers.
Fair enough.
Quit moaning.
Touch me, and I'll bleed you out.
These are much more intimidating when you're playing one of the smaller races, so I'm just gonna point it out. Let's go talk to these guys. Warlock Tud.
Looking at a future true soul, you are. Boss Ragzlin says I'm next in line.
Makes sense.
Oh, Toosh! Toosh, Toosh, Toosh!
So the mages are being told, yeah, you'll be a true soul, you'll be a true soul, no problem. Let's make our way into this goblin camp, shall we?
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger, and turned against you.
Interesting.
Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction.
I've never seen this, by the way.
3 figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the prism, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
The absolute by the sounds of it.
You feel energy pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws.
Interesting. Useful artifact then.
Don't give me that look. I don't know what just happened any more than you do. We should keep going.
The voice is gone. Muted by this Gith relic. Why does a half-elf carry it?
That power, is that what happens to others when we use the parasite on them?
Perhaps. But whatever it was, I don't want to experience it again.
That artifact seemed to stop the voice. What is it?
I don't know. Not exactly. All I know is it's important I get it back to Baldur's Gate. At any cost.
There must be more to it. I need you to level with me.
I am a servant of Shah. My home is a secret cloister in Baldur's Gate. I need to bring that artifact back there. No matter what. I can't tell you anymore. This mission required utmost secrecy. We all submitted to having our memories suppressed so that we couldn't betray Shah's confidence. If I reach my contact in the city, I'll have my memories restored. Until then, I have to guard the artifact with my life. There. You have the truth, for all it's worth. Let's continue.
Heavens forbid. We're all entitled to our secrets.
Well, thank you for sharing.
No need to thank me. This is out of pure necessity. Pure desperation, in fact.
How'd you come into the possession of the artifact exactly?
There's nothing more I can tell you. All I remember is that I have to get back to my contact in the city.
Interesting.
I know those symbols. Githyanki runes. Ancient as Vlaakith herself. You stole that from my people.
Yes. And a lot of my people died in the process. I won't fail them. Not after what I saw your kind do to them.
A powerful artifact indeed, to have caught the attention of so many. Not least the Absolute itself, the three figures in the vision, the Chosen are searching for it. With the cultists' aid, it will not be long before they find it. Before they find you. You have evaded them so far, thanks, it seems, to the artifact itself. But how long can such protection last? Shadowheart has made her position clear. She will see that it is taken to its destination. At any cost. No doubt the Githyanki will seek to reclaim that which is theirs. But you still do not know what it even is.
Keep the thing safe. Seems we'll need it.
Trust me. I'll guard it with my life. Let's keep going.
Might side with the Absolute at some point. We'll see.
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bard.
Or be you beheaded. Goblin kind will tease you and throat you when redded.
Okay.
His name is Drow.
You look like you got something jingling in your pocket. Looking to spend it?
Yeah, so we got. Ooh. Swersy shoes. Refined vaulting. Jump distance is increased by 5 feet, and you get +1 to acrobatics. Nice. Hide armor +2.
The
Gain +1 bonus to dexterity saving throws and checks, and gain +1 bonus to initiative rolls. I don't think Astarion can use medium armor. Let me check. No, he can't. But that's quite good medium armor for him. And we're nearly level 4 rogue, so he could theoretically wear it. We have a bunch of die, then we got Gloods of Archery, Carrion's Guiding Hand. Corellian's, rather, Guiding Hand. You gain proficiency with longbows and shortbows. In addition, your ranged weapon attacks deal an additional 2 damage. Interesting. Boots of Aid and Comfort. The Comeback. When the wearer heals a target, it gains an additional 3 temporary hit points. That's pretty good for Shadowheart. The Whispering Promise, Blessed Mercy. When you heal a creature, you gain 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws for 2 turns. Also good for Shadowheart. I could afford a bunch of these, to be perfectly honest. Corellian's Grace is a staff. Natural Pugilist. You gain +1 bonus to unarmed attack rolls and damage. Interesting. Unhampered Resistance. While the wielder is not wearing armor, they receive +2 bonus to saving throws. It's pretty expensive, and I don't really care about the unarmed attacks. Clearly like a monk staff, right? Is the idea of the quarterstaff. But the +2 bonus to saving throws would be good on my main character too. It also looks really cool. Nonetheless, Greatsword +1. It's just a great sword +1. Longbow +1. Returning Pike. This weapon will return to its owner when thrown. That's cool. It's pretty cool. 1d10 +4, and it comes back. I think I might actually grab that for her too. And we have a War Pick, which is just a +1, and a Great Club. When you miss an attack, you deal 3 bludgeoning damage anyway. Damn, that's pretty good. Interesting. Also a shovel, which I need, so I will buy the shovel.
I've got other customers.
Alright, so we're back. I did a bunch of shopping there. So, bought a few things. 1, we got these. Jump distance increased by 5 feet, and acrobatics +1. Let's give that to... I don't jump myself all too often. Let's give it to lae'zel. Ah, she has this. So let's give it to Astarion instead. Cool. Give me the key. I don't need that. Alchemy, give me that as well. Give me all the gold, just so I can keep you guys clean as possible. I will actually give you the Thieves' Tools, though. Thieves' Tools and Trap Disarm Tools. You can have both of those. And a shovel, why not? But we do have a shovel now, which is nice. We also bought these for Shadowheart, so she can upgrade a bit. And the returning javelin can go to lae'zel. We're like properly back now. I think I've now organized my inventory how I want to. I sold the stuff that I didn't want anymore. I do have a bunch of other stuff that I should go through at some point, but for now it's fine. Hey, Volo.
With fragulous crown and with scepter abraid, draw Ragzlin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filfenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Ragzlin, the true soul, had led you glide.
Bravo.
Who's that? Friend of yours? You up to something?
Certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying.
To you? Never. Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Ragzlin, draw Ragzlin. I am draw Ragzlin. Tumptuous, draw Ragzlin.
You broke him.
Wait, wait. Draw Ragzlin, we pray, we...
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now, look what you've done.
Come on.
Of course, ma'am.
My name's Gribbo, idiot.
Ribbo, huh?
Right, yes. Not for me.
You going on the next raid?
Bring me back something pretty.
Lol.
Yours and do your own killing. Oh, come on.
I will talk to her at some point.
Burp me something proper. For the last time, that weren't a wizard. It was a bloke with a
We have to
hole.
find Halcyon before it's too late. I doubt these goblins care much for their prisoners' welfare.
Probably not. Hello.
No go inside. Inside. Boring.
Bloody racket. Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun. Oi! Ain't no party in here. We're doing the Absolute's work. State your business. Now.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
I don't want to use that yet. Probo thoughts. Being able to read minds helps a lot.
See the true souls. Those types don't even bother to wait.
I'm here to see the true souls. Do you want to keep them waiting?
Well, I didn't say that. But you'll need to be more specific, mate. Absolute's blessed us with 3. You here to see Priestess Gut, Boss Ragzlin, or the Drow?
Priestess Gut.
Do you now? Might feel different once she puts a burning brand to ya. She's through the main doors. Just follow the smell of burnt goblin arse. Bloody racket. Oh.
Seluna. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't bad enough. Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here.
So Luna and Shah don't like themselves. Don't have to tell me twice.
Good. I wasn't intending to.
That'll be some real fun.
Cool, so... True Soul Guts.
Seluna. Vile moonwitch. For once, the goblins' decorations are an improvement.
My only era through you, priestess. That's because she chose me. You're not worthy yet.
Yeah, and the one thing I learned down there, don't matter if you're a slave or a king, Drow will pluck out your eyes if you look at them wrong.
Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has touched you, hasn't she? Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arm so I can mark your flesh.
I assume this mark has a purpose.
Shows our devotion to the Absolute. These maggots see how strong we are with her guidance. Whole camp will be branded soon, and you should be too. You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting.
I'll take a brand.
Hold still.
As pain muddles your thoughts, your minds become entangled. A familiar sensation. She too carries a parasite. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the goblin priestess in the temple once again.
Push deeper into her mind.
Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy. Her tadpole nestles within that mania, secure, hidden.
I feel you in there, digging around.
Indeed.
Works both ways. And I saw some weird shadows swimming around in your head just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another.
We talk privately. This is a sensitive matter.
Of course. Don't want this rabble interfering with true soul business. Let's go to my chapel.
Oi! Priestess! We want the mark!
Why do they think they're talking to a god?
Ain't we good enough for the Absolute?
Oi, come here. I ain't waiting around.
Let's see.
Let's close the door just in case, shall we?
What's up for discussion?
Ready to clear your head?
What exactly are you going to do?
Whatever the Absolute tells me to. Don't worry, she loves you. I can tell.
Alright.
Don't want a crowd of gawpers. Everybody else needs to leave.
Cool.
No time to dally. I must keep going.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
See what happens, eh?
Ready to clear your head?
I'm ready.
Smart. All you need to do is open yourself to the Absolute. And I'll do the rest.
Psionic feelers creep across your mind, like a pickpocket's fingers seeking flaws in fabric.
Allow her to rummage through your memories.
Sifting deeper, she sees the mindflayer holding a wriggling tadpole to your eye. And then the vision lurches, and you are looking through her eyes as a tadpole squirms into her skull.
Helps! We need to fish that thing out before it eats any important parts of your brain.
Pretty sure one of those parasites is squirming in your head, too.
No. It's messing with your brain. You're seeing things, probably hearing voices too, yeah?
I still have my senses. I'll find another way to deal with it.
No. You ain't leaving till we get to the bottom of this. You could be dangerous.
What exactly does your plan involve?
It involves you putting your trust in the Absolute. Simple.
Alright, get rid of it.
You won't regret this. Being a true soul, you know the Absolute don't like to touch nothing unclean. So drink this. It'll purify ya.
You recognize telltale flecks of werejackal blood, It's a potion of sleep.
That'll put me to sleep. Are you trying to trick me?
I ain't deceiving nobody. I'm trying to help.
Fine.
Sweet dreams. I'll see your ugly mug on the other side. Wakey, wakey. Don't bother struggling. You ain't going nowhere. The Absolute wants to know all about that critter in your head. So start talking.
You're out of luck. I don't know any more about it than you do.
Liar! We've both seen the monster that put it there, and I know what happens next.
Set me free, now.
If I set you free, you'll be sucking out my brains as soon as I turn my back. That creature's turning your brain into broth, boiling away your memories. Do you even know who you are anymore?
I know I'm going to kill you. How about that?
You ain't gonna lay a finger on me. You're finished. And I don't have to do nothing but wait. That thing inside your head is gonna eat your brain from the inside out. And eventually your skull will split and you'll cough up a mess of tentacles.
You're infected. The same thing will happen to you.
Lies! I'm stronger than ever. And I've got the Absolute on my side. But you're on your own. Nothing more than a skin suit for that monster inside you. You're gonna
This is
be
interesting.
my new pet. A ferocious squiddy. All for myself.
You test the weight of the chains, looking for weak points.
Preserve your strength.
Open your papers, freak. It's time. You should be sprouting tentacles by now. But you're still the same kind of ugly you always was. Disappointing not to have my own squiddy. But your giblets will make for a tasty supper.
Sorry. I may have left that a little late. No lasting damage, I hope?
And who are you?
Corilla Heartflame. At your service. You made quite an impression on my master. He sends his regards.
Who might that be?
The Honorable Raphael. He's terribly excited about you and your At this point, you're more interesting alive than dead. So here I am, your savior in times of need.
He really does need something.
That skin's valuable, and we won't always be watching.
That's interesting. I never saw that in early access, that's for damn sure. Mindflayer specimen, priestess guts keys, padlock key, Absolute's war brand. If the wielder bears the Absolute's brand, they get +1 bonus to saving throws, and you get the heroism spell. Absolute's mercy, if the wearer bears the Absolute's brand, they have advantage on death saving throws, and you get aid as a spell. Cool. Rancid note. Read. That slobbertrop druid has nothing, was nosing around. Ain't just some tomb-robbing adventuring type. Calls himself Halfson. Ugly name for an ugly bastard. I have a little word or two with him before the lashes put his hairy ass in the pens. Said he thinks there's something rotten inside us, inside me. Reckons he helped get me rid of the rot. I told him we don't need any help from nobody. Never did, and especially not now the Absolute's taken a shine to us. I says there'll be something rotten inside him soon enough. There's a lot of ransom meat down in the pens, and when we cut him open, we'll make sure he stays alive long enough for the maggots to make a nest of him. Interesting. Well, I will take all of that, please.
More for me.
Scroll of Old Person, I will take. Basic Potion, Poison, I will take. Let's loot this whole place while we're here, because why not? What's up, guys?
Most would think us mad for wandering right into the middle of a goblin war clan. I suppose that goes to demonstrate just how desperate we are.
Nothing else for now. Well, Priestess Gut's taken care of.
A scrying eye. Best not to do anything suspicious while it's watching.
How about...
The eye's glassy black surface reflects your gaze.
Give a cheerful wave.
You sense no reaction from the unblinking eye.
I didn't mean nothing by it, your ladyship. Honest, I didn't.
Life, much like your words, is meaningless, whelp. End the latter to save the former. Your scouting party has not returned, and half of the intruders escaped your guards.
Sorry, mistress. We mucked up.
Until their sanctuary is found, I will take something precious from you every hour that passes. A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
I ain't no use without my limbs. The lad'll make the prisoner squeal soon enough, I swear.
Silence now, creature, or I will silence you forever.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it you see a vision. The Drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear. One of those the voice spoke of. One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
A true soul? Praise be. Are you here to join my hunt?
A hunt? Who's the target?
Worshippers of a false god. Their existence is an insult to the Absolute's claim on this region. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts of victory, of unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it, in the Absolute's name. You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks, it's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the goblin camp. Her mind focuses. The cultists cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp.
The thief, whimpering in our dungeon, tried to flee to their sanctuary. We will continue to remove parts of him until he tells us exactly where it is. He's been resilient, but he'll talk.
She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
Leaning on tieflings might doom them, but it would earn you her trust.
Speak, true soul. The hunt must begin soon.
Don't need the prisoner. I already know the place you're looking for.
You are sure? And how did you find it?
The Absolute guided me.
Praise be. And now, through her will, you can be my eyes.
Her mind enters yours, a splinter of ice piercing your memories. Tiefling faces flicker into view as she attempts to learn the grove's location.
Yeah, allow her to read the thoughts.
The entrance to the grove as the adventurers retreat inside, joining the tieflings, and then smiles serenely as blood and shadow spread like stains across your memory, erasing all that lived there.
The cowards found refuge among the desperate. Perfect. If the inhabitants do not realize you are the knife at their throats, we can use that against them. Go to their refuge and make your way inside. As a friend.
And once I'm inside,
I will gather a raiding party and move into position. You will open the gates from the inside when the time is right to strike. We will cleanse the place of infidels and burn it to the ground in the Absolute's name. And then we will be the first among her favorites.
It shall be so.
Good. Marshalling the goblins is no simple matter, but my warband will be ready to attack by next light. You must make your way inside. Once I am in position, on your signal, we break them. And when they are dead, the Absolute will reward your faith. As will I. For the Absolute. Gather the raiders.
The reason I am doing this, by the way,
We won't let you down. The artifact.
indeed.
Go on here, fool.
The eye doesn't seem to notice your presence.
Interesting. Doesn't seem to notice my presence, and yet it is following me. So, the reason I am doing this, by the way, is simply because the Absolute is the one who's after me. As such, I want to know what it is that the Absolute wants with me. And the easiest way to do that is just to go to where the Absolute is, you know what I mean? Seems to make sense to me, anyway.
I command you, corpse. Speak. Reveal truth to the Absolute.
By Vlaakith's blade, a geich.
Nothing. Must be reading it wrong.
The hobgoblin turns to you, and the parasite squirms in your skull. You taste the ale on his tongue and the bile in his soul. The visions cloud your inner eye for a brief moment once again. You see the hobgoblin bowing before the armored elf you'd glimpsed before. The elf speaks of the hunt for a great weapon and the rewards that will go to whoever finds it. The hobgoblin's eyes gleam hungrily.
If it isn't another true soul.
He doesn't speak his next words, yet they still rattle your skull from within.
You ever talk to a dead squid? Now's your chance.
I mean, I can do it. Study the corpse. Was it the mindflayer that tortured you? The other reason why I'm kind of turning away from this is I was really intrigued by the fact that Priestess Gut didn't realize that her powers came from the fact she had a mindflayer tadpole in her head. That's crazy. because it seems to be intrinsically linked. The Absolute is intrinsically linked to the tadpoles, right? True souls are the ones with tadpoles in their head. But they don't seem to realize that they have tadpoles in their head, which is intriguing to me. Also, I'm getting a lot of power from this tadpole and I want to use it. Study the corpse. Was this the mindflayer that tortured you?
This mindflayer's build is smaller, its garb plainer. A fearsome creature even in death, but not the one that tormented you. Yet it too roamed the Nautiloid. It would have seen you, known you.
Absolute says the dead Squiddy had a weapon. I reckon the killer nabbed it and scooted off to that looter camp. We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon. So settle in.
Let the ceremony proceed.
Choke on black smoke as the hobgoblin bellows his incantation.
I command you, corpse, speak and say sooth. Lucan ok al koldek shulkok hank.
The hideous corpse rises, tentacles writhing. Your heart seizes. Under questioning, the creature might recognize you as its killer.
Dig into Ragzlin's mind and control the interrogation. It's hard roll. Maybe? I got it. Nice.
Ragzlin's mind reels, then calms. He will speak as you command. With Ragzlin's voice, you ask.
What are you doing in Faerun?
What were you doing in Faerun?
Ragzlin scowls, shocked by his own words, and a jolt shoots through your skull. The creature speaks in visions. A swarm of Githyanki dragon riders, silver blades held high, control panels melting, flesh pods spilled open.
Githyanki. They know something.
He is suspicious, confused by the question that fell from his lips. You proceed carefully.
Why were the Gith chasing that ship?
Why were the Gith chasing that ship?
You see dark tunnels lit by noxious pools of brine. The darkness spreads through the earth. The sky splits open and nautiloids pour out of a void that consumes the stars.
What in the...
Suspicion floods Ragzlin's mind. Your brain howls as you force a final query into his throat.
Who is the Absolute?
Who? You're no true soul.
Detect thoughts. 100%.
I won't this disrespect lying down. I'm the boss. I'm the absolute right hand.
I would never deceive the Absolute's right hand.
Right hand, huh? Sounds like word spreading. You're right. You're a real true soul. I felt it.
The corpse collapses, silent once more.
No! I'm not done! Riddles, all of it, and nothing to show for the trouble but rotting squid meat. No answers, no killer, and no damned weapon. That damned Drow was right. Can't let her get all that glory. The raid started already. Let's hope she's in trouble and needs help. You, get to the grove. Help the Drow Minthara kill the lot. Well, don't just stand there. Move!
Seems like that might be the best option, actually. Is to head back to the grove and kill some druids. Wait for next light. We should get some rest. Cool. So we take a night's rest, I suppose.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers.
Blink away the discomfort.
The world swims as you close, then reopen your eyes. How long have you been waiting here? A moment? A night? A 10-day?
Chukil gate vlaketh Mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others. Then, myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
You're just exhausted. Lower your blade before you do something foolish. I mean, I have advantage at least. That was lucky.
I cannot trust my own mind. So it seems I must trust yours. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
Appropriate.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
Who are you? I know your voice. I've heard it before.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mindflayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
I'll take the help.
We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it.
Whoa.
A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential.
What am I watching?
I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back.
What is happening? Some cosmic crazy bullshit going on right now.
Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
Embrace the tadpole, huh? Consuming parasites. You can now consume mindflayer parasites with your inventory to unlock new illithid powers. Look out for sources of parasites in the world, including infected corpses. Okay. Let's talk to some people, maybe.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones?
Yes.
Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole, use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess, in the waking world or otherwise.
Let's do this full conversation, and then I think I'll probably end the episode after I level up my illithid powers, because I'm gonna do that, obviously. Pfft, are you kidding? The artifact seems to be protecting us somehow. Do you still have it?
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
I don't like any of those options. Why are you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
Interesting. Anything I can do to... why would Shah subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Mm-hmm. She's a devout cleric, makes sense. Anything I can do to help with it?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
I want to talk about your Shah worship.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I have no problem with Shah worshippers if that's what concerns you. Sure, friends, fuck it.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah. Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Mm-hmm. I've heard Shah worship is vilified by many, forbidden outright in parts.
Well, if that troubles you, perhaps you should fetch the bailiff to arrest me. Ah, but there's no bailiff here, is there? Just leagues of wilderness and the dangers lurking within. We're in this together, but I'll happily go it alone. My faith will keep me company.
Want to get to know you more.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself besides Shah, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
It was in Baldur's Gate and can't swim. You have to point out night orchids to me next time we pass them.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd like to share?
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
It's a really good way of keeping a secret. I want to talk about all that's happened to us.
What's on your mind?
How am I holding up in your estimations?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you.
Nice.
And if I have, I can't remember them.
I actually quite like Shadowheart. I didn't really like her much in the early access, but I like her quite a bit now.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream.
That I did.
Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
We should take every advantage we can get. I tend to agree.
Waste not, want not. Even when it comes to mindflayer parasites. Now, was there
Indeed.
anything else?
What do you make of Raphael's deal?
I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way, so why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
I mean, I guess. You're trading one master for another, you'll be a slave either way.
You're familiar with the phrase, better the devil you know? I know.
I suppose.
Cazador. And I'll take anything that saves me from that.
That's serious. So about you biting
I've
me?
already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
I didn't know how we'll feed you in the future.
No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And
Makes sense.
if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead.
Very true. Sounds good.
As am I. I'm starting to feel a little peckish already.
How does one become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. They're obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire.
In theory.
People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor?
Makes sense.
It doesn't happen.
We can probably make it happen. Because you're not under his control. If we turn the Starin into a true vampire, that would be kind of cool. Tell me about your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Cool. Hey, Scratch. Good dog. I didn't cast Speak with Animals yet. Speak with Animals, Detect Thoughts. Let's do my full buffing before I forget to do it. I think we go with Raven. Raven seems to be straight up the best summon, because it can blind people, which is just an insanely good power to have. Featherfall, sure. Let's talk to Scratch, like, properly and see if he has anything to say.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm indeed. Thanks, buddy. You'll notice the way I've been playing this, by the way. My gnome gets along with animals quite well. He just doesn't really like he's fine with people too, but he doesn't have time for them.
Glick. I had a dream. As we all did, I suspect. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. The parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise. It is gay deception.
Unlikely. Let's change the subject. I'm not just gonna piss her off. It's all good. Gale is looking poorly.
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
Sure. I will be able to give you something. I don't really need this pendant of guidance. All these gloves are the absolute, I guess. Either. Sure, take the gloves of the absolute. And this. I don't need either of these.
I'm glad to see you're so well stocked on suitable relics, but I only need one.
Only need one, okay. So he's just saying, yeah, only give me one. I guess that makes sense. Gloves of power, sure.
Thank you.
I don't want him exploding on me, because he is essentially a magical nuke, as far as I can tell.
It is a strange experience. Each time anew, like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. But this doesn't feel quite right. And it never feels right, but it relieves. This doesn't relieve. Oh.
Please tell me we didn't just waste a piece of magical equipment.
Ever the pragmatist in chief, aren't you?
Yes.
The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was too. A great deal of trouble indeed. My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it.
Had the same dream. You don't believe it was a real person talking to you then?
A real manifestation, perhaps, but not an individual of flesh and blood in the manner you or I would consider to be real. Whether she spoke the truth or not, well, I think I require a little more evidence before taking a fantasy at her word. Until then, best we speak of other matters. Was there something you wish to ask?
What do you think of having a vampire in a camp?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
Interesting. I was wondering, that condition of yours, why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Magical nuke, as I said. It's all good. And Will.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is. The tadpole's little trick.
I mean, maybe?
No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by elithid worms.
I think we should hear this dream figure out. Maybe these powers could prove useful.
I wouldn't advise it. Play with fire, and you get burned. That's always the way of it.
I mean, it makes sense coming from a warlock who regrets his power, seemingly. Cool. So everybody has spoken to... I don't think Withers ever has more conversations, but maybe he does, and I just don't know, but we'll find out, I suppose. So with that, I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I say I'm going to end the episode here. I don't know how I'm going to cut these up, because I'm recording big chunks of time, at like big recording sessions at a time, so I may have to chop them up more or less than I actually am. I don't know. But next time, we're going to go kill some druids to get in Minthara's good books, I suppose. Anyway, see you next time, guys.